Hey guys, so I actually messed up. I thought that it was one pickup and 3 drop-offs. It's the other way around. There's actually 3 pickups in Idaho and the 1 delivery in Massachusetts on this load. Now, I'm already at my 3rd pickup and they've been taking a little while. And because I replaced the fridge yesterday, I still haven't done any food. And I completely forgot that I had canned tuna in this cabinet up here where I keep my seasoning and my tuna with mayo, and waiting to get loaded. But again, it's an insignia, so we'll see how long this one lasts. And like I mentioned before, the old fridge is up there. Well, that's just great. But yeah. Thank you. I just gotta figure out how to get out.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
Yeah, I got trapped. Yeah. Eh. Have a good one.
See y'all later.
Right?
Try to behave yourself.
You heading east or you heading west? Well guys, so it is Sunday. It is 2:42 in the afternoon and I've been driving non-stop for the last 2 days, really. They took forever to load me in Idaho, so by the time they finished loading me, I was 4 hours into a 10-hour reset. So I asked them if I could just park in front of their door because they were closing the facility. They said that was fine. I completed my 10-hour reset at the pickup location. Took off at around 2 in the morning. Started driving through the night, through the morning, really. Lyle, don't give me crap. And both the Qualcomm and the trucker path took me through the Idaho mountains in the middle of the night. And it wasn't the best drive. There was fog, twisty turns that I couldn't pick up because of how dark it was. So I really couldn't push it as hard as I wanted to because I didn't know the road. And then at around 6 in the morning, when sun was starting to come up and the fog was dense, this happened.
What I do know is that he made waves when he passionately advocated for the importance of faith-based films. And speaking on his...
And obviously that wasn't an enjoyable experience. But I can see the potential of that road. It's one of those places that I've saved that I would love to come back to with my personal car and just drive on, because it was bordering a lake and you could see the reflection barely in the night, and I can only imagine how beautiful and enjoyable that drive could be in the day without 40,000 pounds behind you. But other than that was basically most of my first day of driving. Most of my Saturday morning was getting out of that place. Once I hit I-80, It was smooth sailing. I've been on I-80 the entire time since. Right now I'm in Iowa, and I'm about 1,200 miles away from my delivery location. I still have 2.25 days to get there, so I'll be fine. The other thing is that because I didn't really get to take a 34 and I had to deal with all the crap before getting this load, basically all I've done on my 10-hour resets is try to sleep, which is what I'm about to go do. I'm not gonna be driving until midnight, so I'm gonna try to at least get 8 hours of sleep, just to, re-energize for the drive ahead. And this load has reminded me what it's like to run hard. And I'm perfectly fine with it. I like running like this, basically drive, sleep, drive, sleep, drive, sleep. It's just that because I dealt with all the stuff before, I'm less inclined to push it like this. Like, I've been enjoying it, but I can still feel the tiredness from the days before getting this load. Had everything went smooth, I would probably be just, all right. I don't know if it's kind of hard to convey that. It's not that I'm not all right now. It's just that I'm less energized. But it is what it is. We'll get through it, and we'll move on to the next one. Hopefully I get more than just 10 hours to sleep after this load. But if I don't, I'll just deal with it. But yeah, I'm just going to I'm actually going to go use the amenities here at this rest area, and we are going to soldier on. Well, guys, so I finally delivered this load. It's been rough, but not rough in the traditional sense, I guess. I don't want to, take away pain and suffering from people that are having blowouts or accidents. But, it was 2,600 miles. I've been running pretty hard for the last 4 or 5 days. Because I'm doing 57, 59 miles an hour, I really had to push this load. And yes, I could have gone faster, but that defeats the purpose. If you can make an argument to go faster for one thing, you can make it for anything, and then it loses its point. And basically, for the last 3-4 days, it's 11-hour drive shifts, and I mean like 11 hours. Basically, up until I was like 10 minutes away from running out my clock, and then you get the 10-hour reset, but it's not really 10 hours. For one, I was struggling to sleep for I don't know what reason this week, or the last couple days, and of course you want to be, you gotta cook, you still gotta use the bathroom, take a shower, and get up before the 10 hours so you can do your pre-trip and be good to go as soon as the 10 hours hit. And that's what I did the last couple of days, because I wanted to make sure that I was going to make it to this place on time. And I just wanted to, I guess I'm making an excuse for myself. I really wanted to apologize to you guys because I really haven't had much commentary throughout this load. It's been a great load. It paid good. Well, it hasn't paid me yet, but it pays good. And today's Wednesday, so it's going to go in this settlement. And, the drives were effortless and enjoyable because I'm listening to music, I'm listening to podcasts, I'm thinking about stuff. But exhausting at the same time. It doesn't take away from my enjoyment and my love for this job. But, I end up my drives pretty beat. So I just wanted to take a minute and apologize for that. I'm done with it. I am parked at a rest area in Massachusetts, and I already have my next load. I delivered this load about 2 hours ago at like 9 in the morning. Well, I delivered at 7, but I got out of that place at 9 in the morning. So my next load picks up tonight at Ken's Food here in Southborough, Massachusetts, going to Richmond, Virginia, and I could deliver it tomorrow. It's only 600 miles, and the pickup is at 7 o'clock at night. I can take it through the night because I'm going to rest right now. But the appointment is for Friday, so it delivers the day after tomorrow at 6 in the morning. And I could contact my dispatch, contact the facility, see if I could deliver early. And I actually did contact the facility, but I got the voicemail earlier today. But I've decided that I'm just going to accept that I'm going to sit tomorrow, and I'm going to take advantage of that time to try to recharge, sleep, catch up with my paperwork. I still have to submit some expense documents and go over some stuff. So I'm just going to take advantage of that time to recharge. But again, I just wanted to apologize. Usually, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you guys don't notice that, but I try to sprinkle some commentary every time that I stop regarding the status of the load or what I'm going through or what I'm doing. It was just really smooth, great driving, and that was it. I'll probably share the time lapse of this drive by itself because it was really nice. But yeah.
8 hours later.
Okay guys, so we made it to Ken's Foods here in Southborough, Massachusetts. We already got a door. Just gotta open my reefer, throw in the load locks, slide my tandems, and go to door 24. Let's get to it. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. Great. Nice. Well guys, so I'm out here in Ken's Foods in Southborough, Massachusetts, and I completed my 10-hour reset about 20 minutes ago. I was only 8 miles away from here when I parked, and I'm not gonna lie, I am not as much rested as I am hot and bothered. It's really been hot for the last couple of days. Like, I mean, I don't want to point the obvious, but it's I forget how hot it can get during the summer, just like I forget how cold it gets during the winter, and I'm not really prepared. But at least with winter you can layer up. In the summer you can be naked and still be hot and bothered and have no recourse. But it is what it is. My appointment was at 7 in the afternoon. I got here at around 6:10. It is 6:24 right now, and I'm already getting loaded, which is great because I'll set off quicker. But it really makes no difference because the delivery is not until the day after tomorrow, even though I'm going to be there probably around 5, 6 in the morning tomorrow. So I could make it a day early, but I just chose not to contact the shipper. I tried, like, as I set up for this place, but the offices are closed. I also tried earlier, and either way, it's probably best for me to deliver on Friday. If I were to deliver a day early tomorrow, I guess I have it may, if I were to deliver tomorrow and I get another load tomorrow, it could set me up to get a load that delivers in the middle of the weekend. But as I'm saying that, it really makes no difference. I'm sitting tomorrow instead of sitting over the weekend. But it is what it is. I am tired right now, so I'm going to take the downtime tomorrow. No problem. I've run my butt off this week, so I think it's well deserved. But yeah, I'm just going to wait for them to finish loading me, and we're going to set off through the night. Let's go.
One pair of pants later.
Good morning, guys. It is 7:17 in the morning, and I am only 27 miles away from my delivery location. And it doesn't deliver until tomorrow at 6 in the morning. Their offices don't open until 8 in the morning. So I could call them in about 45 minutes to see if I could deliver today. But I've been driving through the night. I only have 39 minutes left on my clock. I really could try to deliver today, but I'm just not gonna. I'm going through the thoughts in my head, and I could try, I could push for it, but I'm just gonna let things be. And that's where I stand. It wasn't an eventful drive. Thankfully, everything pretty good, everything pretty smooth. No traffic. There was a lot of construction through I-84, I-87, 95, and it was my first time driving the George Washington Bridge. I've heard horror stories, and I mean, I wasn't. I guess I'm going to get some flag for not trip planning. I didn't realize that I was going to drive through it. So, and I realized it when I was already there. Now, I gotta be honest, I drove through the George Washington Bridge at midnight, and there was a huge congestion. Basically, stop and go traffic. And again, granted, it was at midnight. Other than the fact that there was a lot of traffic, it really wasn't that bad. You know, you just gotta stand your ground. And I mean, I can see some drivers, or maybe even me when I got started, if I would have been in that situation, maybe getting a little bit nervous about sitting for a little bit too long waiting for someone to let you through. Obviously, if it wasn't stop and go traffic, you would have to maybe take a different course of action. But with stop and go traffic, yeah, you really have to stand your ground. It really sucks for other people, but you need to get on into a lane. So you just have to be patient and stand your ground. Which is what I did, and it probably took a couple seconds. I mean, once I made it clear that I wasn't going to budge, it probably took a couple seconds to, work my way into a lane. But the entire, hitting the stop and go traffic and actually making it to the entrance or exit for the upper level was probably a good 10 minutes, maybe 10 to 15. But once you make it through that congestion, it was pretty smooth again. And then I hit like 95 in the New Jersey area by Newark, and that was a little confusing as well, because you could just continue on 95, but it took me to, I don't remember if it's I-84 or I-87, and then back to 95, and then to the New Jersey Turnpike. But yeah, again, made it with plenty of time, 39 minutes on my clock. And there's a TA further down the road, closer to the receiver, but this Love's is just fine. I made it here also because I wanted to fill my reefer, just so I can make sure that I don't need to worry about it until tomorrow. It's on fuel hog continuous at 35 degrees, so it should last until tomorrow. And this is the Love's that had the cheapest fuel in the area. So I just parked here after I fueled. I actually parked 2 spots over, but in the time that I went to the bathroom and back, the truck that was parked on this spot, which is like a corner spot, left. So I hopped in my truck real quick and I moved it over, trying to minimize the chances of getting backed into. And that's pretty much it. Right now I'm probably not gonna go to sleep. I'm probably gonna try to exercise and then sleep or get some stuff done. I'm gonna try to push as much as I can. So at like noon, hopefully 3, 4 in the afternoon, if I don't pass out before that, I can go to sleep then and wake up ready to roll. You know, get a good 8 hours. Wake up at 2, 3 in the morning and head out to the receiver. But we'll see. I mean, again, I'm only 30 minutes away. Let's say 40 minutes away. The appointment is at 6 in the morning, so I want to be there at 5. So yeah, you know, I gotta wake up at 4 in the morning. And we'll see. Also, I think this might be the first night that I started driving where the sun was up and finished driving when the sun was up. The last couple weeks I've been driving at like if I drive nights, maybe get started at like 9, 10 o'clock at night where the sun's already down. And of course, you know, I'll be done by like 9 in the morning, noon. Of course the sun's up by then, but I don't think I've done the sunset to sunrise drives. I will run as hard as the load calls for, but whenever I get a chance, I'd rather just sit during the day and wait for that, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock time to get moving to avoid any setbacks. I prefer driving in the day because I get to enjoy the scenery. I get to, see where I am. But then you hit traffic, so it's a little bit of give and take. So I drive nights as much as I can, and loads will work themselves out to where I get to enjoy some daytime driving. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this place is crazy, but I gotta dock in door 3, so let's get to it. Okay, guys, good morning. So, I just docked at my delivery location here in Richmond, Virginia. It's FPG, which is Food Product Group Services, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And it's in a weird place. It's one of those like streets that it's like a residential area, but you just make a left turn and it's like littered with trailers. There's really nowhere to park. I was lucky enough to find a spot by a fire hydrant with enough room to where I wasn't blocking it. And I had to get out and look a bunch of times to make sure I didn't back into a pickup truck that was behind me. And then I walked to the shipping and receiving office at around 5:40 in the morning for a 6 in the morning appointment. And there were already like 10 people in front of me in line, and the office was still closed. I got to talking with some of the guys that were in line, and it turns out that this place, I guess, let a bunch of people get 5:30 in the morning appointments or 5:30 appointments, but they don't open until like 6. I should have tried to deliver yesterday, I guess, but it is what it is. We're already here. Once they checked me in, they gave me a door right away, and I'm already docked here. And I wish I would have recorded me backing into this store, because it's not crazy tight, but a guy's trying to back right now. So let me show you what he's doing. So that's the room that you have. I didn't back from in here. I backed from the street. I'm gonna play the video. So that's what he's doing. He came from over here and like turned into that street. I went the other way around. I just backed from the street into the spot. I'll post the video after this clip. But he has to open his doors or he'll be screwed. Okay, there we go. You kind of got to know what you're doing. You know how far to pull forward and how much room you have in your passenger side, because there's cars you know, on the sides of the street. But yeah, other than that, pretty smooth. I already paid my lumper fee. And that's gonna be the end of this video. I'm sorry again that I wasn't as engaging this time around. It was just like a lot of work. Also, there have been some issues going on behind the scenes that I haven't really addressed because they're not fully resolved. That have taken some of my time throughout this week, and they may keep me from making another video for a little longer than usual. I usually try to upload at least once a week, but I may get caught up in other stuff. So I guess I'll see you when I see you. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to Kosuke. I pulled out at Love's in Massachusetts to fuel and park for the night before I delivered in Boston. And he recognized me while I was fueling, and I was trying to fuel really quickly so I could get a spot before they were all taken. So I wasn't rude or anything. I was like, hey, give me a minute, let me finish this and I'll go park and we'll talk. And I did that, and we talked for a good 45 minutes. He's a company driver, and he's doing pretty well. You know, the market is down, so we're all dealing with our own thing. But for how the market is, he's doing pretty well. And I'm a lease driver, so that tells you how good it can be for company drivers or how bad it is for lease drivers right now. But I don't think it's bad for either. It really depends on what you need to be making and your personal goals. But again, Kosuke, thank you very much for, saying hi. And I had a good conversation. I'm going to put the picture at some point in this monologue. And that's going to be pretty much it, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching. And I will catch you on the next one. Whenever that is. There's some changes coming.